Okay, good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? This is, I've been having some fun here the past day and a half. Have y'all checked out the Microsoft Copilot and done anything with it? I am sure, and I just dropped, there we go. Oh, I forgot to send the invites out. That's what I get for being behind the power curve. All right. Okay. I just sent out the invites. What is this that Ramen sent me? Okay. I've got to share this because it already looks fun. And share screen. Okay. Let's see here. Is this? I don't even have my phone set up so I can see what's going on. There we go. Okay, now I got everything set up. And let's see what this is.
Oh, what the is that? Holy shit. Holy shit. What the? Woo, what the? Holy. Oh, what the?
Nope, rope in the truck.
Holy shit. What the? Woo, what the?
They actually stopped long enough to stop the truck and put it in park.
Holy.
No. That truck was. Hey, morning, Mike.
Oh, what the is that? Holy shit. Holy.
Looks like you're home today.
What the?
Aren't you home every day? Mike Dummer. Okay. So, Mike, have you had a chance to play with the Microsoft Copilot? Or have you even thought about playing with it? I understand why people wear silicone rings. I mean, I've worn them on and off for years. But I forgot how much they make your fingers sweat. Oh, okay. Yeah. And it's not working out. Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry you're not making it out there to visit your mom. Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong stuff and do silly things. I've been playing with the Microsoft um, Copilot past couple of days because part of what you can do with it. Hey, morning, Mike R. So I got Mike and Mike. Well, you know, I haven't gone out and visit anybody in forever. And maybe I need to. Hey, morning, Digi. Heading to twin cousin's graduation. Oh, nice. High school or college grads? Okay, I am going to see if I can pull these up. High school grads, okay. I'm going to see if I can pull these images up because I want to see if I can pull these up to where you guys can see them. I was playing around with, like I said, Microsoft Copilot. And it's like, well, maybe they could, come up with a better shroom than what I've done with mine. It's like let's see if it can do something better than what I've done. And the first thing I put in was come up with an angry shroom, an angry mushroom shaped cloud. And this is what it gave me. I was like, oh, that thing is ugly. I mean, it is definitely an angry mushroom shaped cloud, but that's not exactly what I was looking for. You know? Morning, Ramen. You feeling better today? Then I asked it to try another one. And this was the next one that it come up with. It's like, okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. I mean, it's I asked it to close its mouth, but so that's a little bit better. And let's see, did it, okay. I'm finding I'm having to open up these one at a time, which is a pain in the keister. I'm probably don't have to. It's my fault that it's working that way. So then I said, okay, let's just make, instead of a mushroom shaped cloud. So I said, instead of just a mushroom shaped cloud, why not why not just a mushroom? And that's what it popped up with. I was like, wow. Yeah, that's actually kind of close to my original drawing that I had that I developed for my logo back in the 80s. But yes, I did have an avatar, mushroom avatar, back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. And then I tried it, said, well, I'm not too crazy. Try it. Let's try it again. Well, then I come up with this cartoonish looking character. I'm like, all right, that okay. I mean, that's not bad either. Again, it's getting a little closer to what my actual initial drawings were like. Well, then I played with it some more this morning. And that may be one of the reasons why I was a little bit late getting this thing started. And where did it go? Did I not? Oh, cancel. Let me open this one here. I've got to come to back over to here. And this one here I thought was this is actually good enough that I saved it to my computer. And let me get back over to here. I know, guys. There we go. And that one there, I didn't think that one was too bad. It retains enough of this avatar that I'm currently using that it's recognizable as mine, but it's a little bit better drawing. I'm still not real crazy about the mushroom top, but that one's kind of okay. This one here is kind of okay. But sometimes I'm not always this angry. So I said, all right, and I took that one that I had. I said, let's try to make it a happy one. And this is what it's come up with. Now, I'm sorry, but this one looks like something a pervert would use. This one looks weird. I don't like this one at all. for a happy shroom. But yeah, so if you've had take your avatar, your logo, whatever, and use Copilot to play with it. And I think you can have some fun. But yeah, there's that one, that one's I like that one. Here's one I started working on and never finished from this morning. Now this, and if it would have finished this one, I don't understand why the bottom of it's so blurry. But that would have been okay. That'd been that could have worked out. But see, I started off with turn this into a better image. I know she asked about making an image better, but I'm unable to edit or manipulate existing images. While I can create new images from descriptions, I can't modify those or they're uploaded. If you'd like it, you describe the changes you're hoping to make. Now I can create a new image based on your vision. So I typed in something, and this is as far as it got. And I'd like to have seen what it was doing, what it was going for here, but it just sort of kaput it out on itself. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe that bottom half was just too X-rated. They had it self-edited, blurred itself out. Same way there. Maybe it just, blurred it to make it PG. Because I do have my settings set to safe mode. Rama, why'd you time out Mike admin? Mike dumb-eyed admin. Well, okay. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But of the ones that it's done so far, this is the one that I'm the happiest with. But that happy shroom, oh my God. Okay, very Looney Toonies. Yeah, there you go. But that's absolutely nuts the way that turned out. Yeah, I've got two sleeping dogs with me today. I got my son's dog for the weekend. They're going out to the fish camp, so they dropped him off last night. And I took him outside and made him run so that he wouldn't beat us up too bad here for this. Well, I'll send you that image, Ramen, and you can do with it as you will. Hey, morning, Data. But yeah, this Copilot, I'm going to have some fun with it, coming up with different images. I think I'm gonna mess with Ramen's image next. After I'm done playing with mine, I'm gonna mess with Ramen's. I haven't put ramen hair on it. Noodle hair. Give her nope noodles. Anyway, guys, that's been my fun for the day, for the morning at least. Get back over here. Oh, you may end up being worried. I don't know. Okay, StreamYards has put a new thing on there. You're you must be up north because summer's here. Did you see NOAA released its speaking of summer, released its hurricane forecast yesterday? Up to 21, between 19 to 21 named storms at the upper limit. 10 of them being hurricanes, and 5 of them being cat. Oh, you're in Miami. Okay. And 5 of them being cat 3 or above. Yeah. Yes. No, I saw that and I made the wife come over and read the news article with me so that she couldn't think I was just trying to scare her. Because I've been on her now for the past couple of weeks about getting our hurricane prep back up again. And, start getting the food, start, me overcooking and getting stuff overcooked and in the freezer and start getting ready for the hurricane season. I mean, it was nice. I mean, last year after hurricane season was over with, we ate for about 3 months, primarily out of the freezer because I'd overcooked and frozen things to where, I mean, just, meals for the 2 of us. Had everything set up into basically 2-person meal portions. We don't get hit with that many hurricanes compared to you guys down in the down there in the tip of Florida. But I mean, you guys, everything that comes through the Gulf, you guys get affected with. Hurricane history and all right, let's see if I can get this open image, a new tab. How's that look? Boy, that is an absolutely horrible image. Noah, why do you do such horrible images? There we go. Open image, a new tab. Let's see, how's this look? Oh, that is just for the month of October. Okay, here's the past 10 years. This is a horrible image, but it's the best I can find on short notice. There you go. Okay. I'm over here in this area of Florida. All right. Look at this part of Florida, Miami-Dade counties and south, is the tip of Florida, versus me up here in this part of Florida. And that's just over the past 10 years. So, yeah, we're not exactly the hurricane capital of the world. But the first wave coming off of Africa started the other day. And oh, excuse me. I don't know where that came from. And we do have the El Nino this year, from what I read. So yeah, this is not going to be, you know, I'm not playing scaremonger, but I am saying, you know, we've got to be careful. And I would not want to, like I said, I wouldn't wish a hurricane on anybody, other than the fact we get a lot of parties. But the damage that it does, the lives that are lost, the hurricane party's just not worth it. Well, I'm glad I accidentally opened that tab. Get rid of that now. Get rid of that. Well, the East Coast, you're right. The East Coast of Florida doesn't get hit as often as the bottom half and the western side. Tampa, St. Pete, down there where Ramen lives. I mean, Ramen's not in Tampa or St. Pete, but she's a lot closer to that area than you or I are, Data. You know, they get hit a heck of a lot more often. When I first got here, we had Hurricane Hugo, and that's the one that, I mean, it was a low grade hurricane. I think it was only a Cat 2, but it hit us 3 times. Back in, out, in, out, in, out. And after the third and I was active duty at the time, and it was mandatory evacuation. Didn't matter where you lived. It was mandatory evacuation. And it absolutely sucked. Had to go up to Fort Rucker in Alabama. And that is the first time I sat there and I looked at these guys in the Army. I was like, okay, I can see why my dad told me to join the Air Force. I can see why. Because they had these poor guys standing out there. And I mean, there must have been 100 of them. 100 of them beating on a drum. Now, there must have been 100 of them out there, each one holding up a corner of a sheet. They were a human clothesline. They're out there standing in the wind, holding up corners of sheets between the two of them stretched out, air drying bed sheets. I thought, you have got to be kidding me. What kind of stupidity? First of all, what in the world did these guys do that their commanders, their NCOs would pick them to go out and do this job? To stand out there holding up a sheet to dry. It's like somebody did something really, really wrong. Probably not so wrong to get in Article 15, but wrong enough that often enough that when that duty appeared and they needed volunteers, your name got pushed to the top of the list. We've done some dumb things in the Air Force, but never, in my knowledge, anything that dumb. I mean, they've had us out with brooms, those big old brooms, that you see janitors use in the hallways. That style of a broom with a really, actual, big old bristles on, not the nice soft nylon ones, sweeping parking lots. Because the general was coming to visit from the Pentagon or from Langley. Some 3-star, 4-star general was coming, so they wanted the parking lot swept to every place that he was visiting. Don't be cheap, spend a second to hit that thumbs up. Yeah. But to stand out there as a human clothesline, nah. All right, what was I going to do with this here? Does anybody eat Tootsie Rolls? Does anybody eat a Tootsie Roll? How I missed this headline. Oh, nice. I hope you got a real good tip out of that there, Data. Look up, oh man, what is his name? He's a Uber driver on TikTok. Let's see if I can find his name here real quick. No, I don't want that. Where did I keep forgetting how to do this. So under Activity Center. No. That's not it either. Why am I drawing such a blank here on my memory on how to do something? I hate it when this happens to me. There, settings and privacy. As far as under Activity Center. Yep, there it is. Confessions of an Uber driver. Drusifers. That's what it is. Look up Drusifers on TikTok. DREWCIFERS. He's a Uber driver, and he had a mattress. The best way to put it is a mattress actress as a backseater. And she performed her job in the back seat of his vehicle as she was paying him to take her someplace. So but okay, but anyway, the reason why I don't know how I missed this headline from the New York Post. It's an older headline, but I have no idea how I missed it. And somehow or another, I come across it this morning. It's from the P. Diddy trial, but this is the headline. I'll let y'all read it yourself. Boy, it's taken a while to. What, do I accidentally have that? Oh no, there we go. I'll leave that up there for a minute and let y'all read that headline again. Talk about burning the guy. She took a blowtorch to him in that statement. She took an absolute blowtorch. All right. I haven't been paying attention to the Diddy trial. Basically, I couldn't care less. Anybody that got involved with Anybody got involved with him knew what they're getting involved with. Okay. Now some of the stuff that has come out that he's done, like having male prostitutes pee all over his girlfriend and then have his girlfriend come in and rub it on him. I mean, that's like that's taken perversion to a new level. But you know, anybody that's worked in hotels, we names get passed around as to who you don't want to stay in your hotel. And Diddy has been on that list for a long time. Because that if he's staying at your property, you're going to be having massive amounts of damage. A breakfast sandwich. You know what I found was good? I made this morning for breakfast. I took some sausage, crumbled up sausage I'd already cooked, egg, cheese, crumbled up some bacon. I've got the small tortilla shells, Hawaiian sweet roll tortilla shells, and made sort of like a quesadilla out of that. Sausage, egg, cheese, bacon, between two tortillas, and then pan fried the tortillas till the cheese is nice and melty and the tortillas had a nice crusty on them. A little bit of butter in the pan before I put the tortillas down. It was really good. Crumbled up sausage and bacon. An egg over easy. Wow, that's better. It's more than over easy. There's just a little bit of yolk come out, not a whole bunch. I like yolky eggs, except in sandwiches, because I don't like the yolk running down my hand or arm. If I had one of those and a bagel with Philly cream cheese on it. Yeah, breakfast quesadilla. That was good. That and I'd already had 2 cups of coffee, so I'd made some turmeric and ginger tea. Accidentally put in too much sugar, but so much. That's what I get for talking to the wife while I'm making my tea. But yeah, I'm actually drinking a lot more tea than I used to. You cutting down on the coffee during the day, drinking tea instead. You got a dress? Oh no. And let's see, close that. Now, this particular story is about Kroger, but I will guarantee you Walmart's been doing it, and every other grocery store and every other store in the country has been doing it. Kroger's is just the one that this particular article is about, and they got busted for. Now, excuse me, for those of you in the South that have never been north of the Mason-Dixon, Kroger is the North's version of Publix. Exactly, yo. Real women don't wear shoes or dresses or clothes. Real women don't wear clothes when they're in the house. So you're getting me sidetracked here, Ramen. Oh. There is a story. I'm going to. I'll have to see if I can find it later on. A hairdresser had an 80-year-old woman that she was doing her hair on. And this 80-year-old woman was, evidently when women are getting their hair done, they talk to their hairdresser. I wouldn't know when I go get my hair cut. I don't talk to my barber. I go up, I tell him what I want done. I sit down, take off my glasses, close my eyes. And when he taps me on the shoulder that I'm done, I get up, I pay him, and I leave. But evidently, I've never known a woman that could keep her mouth shut for more than 3 minutes anyway. Always got to be yapping about something. Anyway, so this barber or this beautician is telling about this 80-year-old woman that was telling her how when she's cooking, she's known for cooking in, just basically wearing an apron, if that. And somehow or another, she forgot what she was about and laid her boob on a hot burner. Now, this beautician tells this story a hell of a lot better than I am. I'll guarantee you. But evidently, the only thing this 80-year-old woman was worried about, not that she laid her boob on the burner, but that she didn't burn her nipple. That was her only concern. That she didn't burn her nipple. I'm listening to this story and I'm rolling laughing. I mean, it is absolutely hilarious the way this beautician's telling it. If I can find it, if I can find did I post that to X? I may have posted that to X because I thought it was so stupidly funny. Let me come over here and check my profile and see if I posted that story here. Yes, I did. Son of a gun. All right. So even though y'all know the punchline, you've got to listen to this woman tell this story.
In my chair. and I started cutting her hair when, completely unprovoked, she decides to tell me that she prefers to let the girls roam free while she's cooking at home. No bra, just pure gravity and the grace of God keeping things in place. She continues this story with, "So the other day I was cutting chicken, warming up the stove, and I leaned over to grab some flour." Already I knew. I knew in my soul that whatever was coming next was about to change me forever. Yeah, she goes, "Burn my boob and just barely miss my nipple. Hurt like hell." Ma'am, what? Her floppy, unsupervised, ARP-approved lung huggers made direct contact with the burner and just sizzled right up like a hibachi special. I had to pause, put my shears down, and process the fact that this woman damn near deep-fried her own titty cutlet like a chicken tender. Just a loose, free-range, cage-free geriatric breast getting a first-degree sear like a Wagyu steak. A self-inflicted booby flambe. And she tells me this so matter-of-fact, as if this wasn't a medical emergency. Like she didn't just brand herself with a GE stovetop, for God's sake. But I couldn't help it. I lost it. I've never laughed so hard in my life. Just realized her areola could have ended up like a toaster strudel. It's like her guardian angel had to throw themselves in front of the flames last second screaming, "Come on, God, not the nipple!" She's got 80 years of wisdom, a lifetime of experience, and somehow not one instinct to recognize the perils of a rogue titty in a high-heat environment. Just living like the laws of physics don't apply to her chest meats. And while I was trying to recover from the mental image of her peeling her own boob off the burner like a grilled cheese, she switches topics, starts showing me her quilts. What the hell is that? Being a hairstylist is so f***ing weird.
Oh. You see what I'm saying? She told that story so well. Obviously I did forget I'd shared that on X, or else I'd had that up. But anyway, back to Kroger. As I was saying, it's a northern version of Publix. They were all over the place when I was growing up. But like I said, this article is specifically about Kroger, but don't doubt that it's Walmart isn't doing it. Your Ace hardware store, your Home Depot, your Lowe's, just about any chain, Walgreens, CVS, Big Ten Tire, all these places do this. Kroger knows every purchase you've ever made. It says it could make millions of dollars selling your data. Kroger says that selling data to advertisers helps it realize $1 billion in new profit. $1 billion a year in profit. Major grocers just aren't moving produce or TV dinners. Many are selling detailed information about customers' purchasing habits. Yep, I do know that. There's 4 or 5 Winn-Dixies here in town, and one of them, the biggest one, converted over to an Aldi's. I'm not, one of them I know for certain is staying Winn-Dixie because it's too small. The Winn-Dixie I go to is too small to convert to Aldi's because it's a very small Winn-Dixie. That's why I like it because, well, I went in there yesterday and I went in there to buy 4 things, literally had a shopping list of a half-gallon milk, the small tortillas, a bag of yellow potatoes, and ice cream treat for the wife. And I ended up spending $164. But I mean, have you noticed? So, I mean, you go to Amazon and you look up something, you just have to look at something to see what it is. And next thing you know, every place you go, you're getting ads for it. You're getting ads for it on YouTube. You're getting ads for it all over the place. Any place you go on the internet, you get ads for it. Just something that you happen to look at YouTube or at Amazon. You're right, Ramen. Publix is way better than Winn-Dixie, but I'm not driving an extra 15 miles to go to Publix. And what I didn't buy a Winn-Dixie brand ice cream. I bought Eskimo pie, Reese's Eskimo pies for the wife. And she likes Reese's peanut butter cups. So I bought her Reese's Eskimo pie. So let's see here. The data, okay, selling that data is valuable to big food brands which advertise to consumers and don't have detailed information about who is buying their products once they make it. Supermarket chains are filling that void by selling to the brands that information they collect from their customers, including when shoppers place a delivery order online or use a loyalty card at a check-in store, at checkout in store. Kroger, one of the U.S.'s largest chains, said that is one of the few alternative profit businesses that add $1 billion in profit to the company. Right now, those businesses generate $150 million in profit. The markup, Kroger operates grocery stores under several names, including Mariano's and Ralph's. Oh, did not know that. But then we don't have a Mariano's or Ralph's anywhere around here. Albertsons, which owns chains including Safeway and Vons, told the markup takes privacy so seriously it updated its privacy policy so customers can clearly understand our approach to privacy, the policies we had to protect their information. Both Kroger and Albertsons said they aggregate de-identified shopper data to their clients. But even without someone's name attached to it, a shopper's data can be identifiable. One study showed just a few purchases with details like total spent, purchase date, and which store was enough to identify specific shoppers. Wow. Oh yeah, we knew. I knew it was they were going to target people by gender or race. Kroger's going to. Wow, I did not know Kroger's and Albertsons was going to merger. That's interesting. Yeah, the wife loves Reese's ice cream sandwiches. She doesn't know it, but I bought some the mini Reese's, and I'm going to make her Reese's flavored ice cream. So that's going to be what I'm going to do for her today. She thinks just I bought her those other things to, but those are just to throw her off the thing, throw her off the track. See, I'm not a big fan of Reese's, so I'm not a big fan of peanut butter and chocolate mixed. Oh, I made her promise me yesterday. Get out of this story now. You know, I told you I spent that $164 there at Winn-Dixie yesterday. I told her, I said, now we're sitting here on the couch. I said, now, dear, you got to promise me anything you find out about me over the next 5 days, you're not going to get mad at me about it. You've got to actually promise me you are not going to get mad. And she looked at me and she said, well, before I make you that promise, I've got to know something first. You got to answer me first. I go, all right. What's that about? I mean, okay. She goes, you got to promise me there's not another woman involved. I'm sitting here and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Been married for 35 years. You think I'm going to get involved with another woman at this stage in the game? And she looked at me and she goes, I've seen your mind work. I never know. I've got to pick the worst thing in the world that I can think of you doing and make you promise me it's not that. Well, okay. Well, I promise you it has nothing to do with another woman. What it does have to do with is the 4 things of Oreo chocolate covered peanut or chocolate covered pretzel cookies I bought because they were the last 4 that Winn-Dixie had. It's a limited time thing, and I like them. And Winn-Dixie had fettuccine on sale, 4 boxes for $5. So I bought 4 boxes. And they had Alfredo sauce, a decent brand Alfredo sauce on sale, 2 for $5. So I bought 4 of them. And they had ribs on sale at $1.50 off a pound. So I bought $40 worth of ribs. Absolutely not. I cannot stand Nutella. Nutella is nasty. No, don't buy Ritz crackers. Don't buy Ritz. Ritz crackers recently changed their formula to they don't use as much butter and they've substituted palm oil for it. Get the off-brand. It's got. I'm trying to remember which brand it is, but one of the off brands is still using butter instead of palm oil. Well, I'm going to cook up the ribs for Saturday night. And Monday night, I'm going to do the corned beef. The problem with that data is that some of these stories about bugs being hidden in berries and such are they've been debunked. So yeah, they they that's the one where I saw ramen that yeah, they debunked a bunch of stuff a few months ago. So okay, what is going on here now? Okay, that's the Kroger story. So we did that. Covered that. Which one's this? Have you seen this new? I almost want to call it a credit card, but it is, but it ain't. Called Klarna. I've not really heard about it that much, but they've this company signed up a deal with DoorDash that you can, if you DoorDash your meal, you don't have to pay for it right away. You can pay for it later. And you don't even have to pay for it all. You can make payments on your DoorDash order. And they and in doing the so you place your order through DoorDash, they go pick it up, they drop it off at your house, and you don't have to pay for it right away. Well, that card company, this Klarna, is a Swiss based company, from what I've seen. Over the last 6 months, they've lost $147 million because people aren't paying their bill. And they don't really have a way because, and evidently, you're there's no way to prove, you don't have to submit an ID or anything to prove who you are when you start this app or whatever it is. So they're sitting there buying food and never paying for it. Chipotle, all the pizza joints, I guess. Just about any place that does carry out food now, they're being hit up with this. Now, I've used DoorDash twice, and I will never, if I call Domino's or someplace I'm placing an order, first question I ask them now is, who are your drivers your own employees? Or are you third partying them out to DoorDash or whoever? And if they third party them out, I don't place an order with them. The first time I used them, it was the local Papa John's, and they said they had to use DoorDash that particular night because three of their drivers called out. And that only left them with two drivers. So they needed help. And the only way they could really get it was through DoorDash. And I had to give this guy directions how to get to where I was at. And he still took him 45 minutes to deliver my pizza. And by the time I got it, it was cold. Even that bag that they keep it in did no good in keeping it warm. The second time I ordered from them, I ordered from a Mexican place that I really, really liked. And this was during COVID. Driver shows up and, drops it off that had been delivered to work. Dropped it off there at the desk we had outside of the front desk for no contact. She walked out, she turned around, walked out the door. I went out, opened up the bag, and it was a pair of nasty sweats in the bag. So I go running out and stop her before she can take off. Turns out it was her mother driving the car. She was sitting in the passenger seat. I handed them back their sweats and told them I wanted my food. And they handed me a bag and tore off. I took the bag inside, opened it up, and they'd already taken bites out of my food. They were eating my food. So I called up the Mexican place and said, hey, this is what's happened. I will send you pictures if you want right now, but I need my food replaced. I either needed my food replaced or my money replaced. And they said, sorry, that's the DoorDash problem, not ours. I called DoorDash and talked to them people, and the DoorDash people said, well, that's they're an independent contractor, and all we can do is file this as a complaint. Because you did get your food delivered to you, even though there had a bite taken out of it. So none of us got any money except for the bites that they took out of my food. None of us got what we wanted that night, and it ended up costing me like $30 for the food for what I spent on the food. But I will never use DoorDash again. All right, Dana, what are you posting links to here that's got ramen doing that? And come on, there we go. Shut off the audio there. And okay, oops.
Filled with bugs, put baking soda on them, and then vinegar, and then there's just bugs everywhere. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Strawberries, vinegar, baking soda in a bowl. Berries in this bowl. You wonder if it's just the seeds, but the seeds they're not black. They're like a tan yellow color. So cover it with baking soda, vinegar. Oh, too much vinegar. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. I mean, there's little black specks everywhere. What is that? Oh, that's a bug. They're not all bugs, but they're not seeds either. And they're moving. Oh my goodness. Oh my. We've been eating bugs. Oh man. We've been eating bugs. You're telling me for 40 years of putting them in my mouth, there was what on them?
Okay, my only problem with this is, all right, why didn't he actually show us the bugs? Oh, I know he does some pretty good food creations and other stuff. I've been watching him for a while. But, I mean, the least you could have done was taking that cat. I mean, now I've been using the baking soda and vinegar for a while on my wife's strawberries and blueberries that she buys. So, okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Close this one. Close this in, you big dummy. You big dummy. Have you noticed, do any of you guys watch Sticks, Hex, and Hammer? What is this with him wearing a pirate hat all of a sudden? I'm just trying to figure this out with him wearing a pirate hat all of a sudden. This is weird. All right, I had one other thing here. That was that. So let me, and that's that. There's one other thing here. Where did it go? Close up all these shrooms. You know, I've got a no churn ice cream that I make all the time. Well, I used to make all the time using condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk, and a couple other things. Mix them together, put them in the freezer. A couple hours later, you got ice cream. Was it? What's this? Oh, you know, people are mean and nasty. I know this being Friday, I tried to avoid, I want to usually go into the weekends having fun stuff to talk about. And I expect people when it comes to American politics, you know, but I should know better than to expect people to be nice, to have decency. I should know better than to expect people to show any kinds of decency. But it seems like decency has gone out the window. No, I want to save this for Monday. I want to save it for Monday. I can't do this on a Friday. I can't do it on Friday. So let me cancel that. I'm going to save that for Monday. All right. And since we seem to be talking about food here, everybody wants to talk about food. Here's one of my favorite creators when it comes to food, Dylan Hollis. I've got one of his cookbooks around here that I bought, Cooking Across America, I think is the title of it. But I've made quite a few of the recipes that he's made here. Make sure that volume's up. All right. This is called Rock Bottom Pie.
From 1990. Do you ever pine for a pie bereft of effort yet handsome in taste? Do you wonder what goes bump in the night? The birds. It always is. We start with a cup of peanut butter. You can either use creamy or the better option. 8 ounces of cream cheese. Cream cheese trains. Little bit of vanilla. You give it the old razzle dazzle. Are you gonna make it? You can do it! No! It smells good already. Except for the burning motor. And me. Fold in a tub of Cool Whip. American ingenuity. Now we crush 10 Oreos. I'll be using this heavy, high-quality implement. Did you know this is out today? I am not joking. The time has come. Then we turned it into any chocolate crumb.
I've got that book. It's got some decent recipes in there. But only half the book is recipes. The other half of the book is photographs.
Crust. It's a 9-inch. Put some crumbs on top. To the fridge. Good evening. Look at it. Oh my days. That's just old-fashioned good. If this is what bottom tastes like, I'm all for it. If this is what rock bottom tastes like, I'm all for it. A rock bottom pie from 1990. Do you ever pie?
This guy's one of my favorite creators for when it comes
This guy
to
was just
food.
walking down the street, legally carrying his gear, not bothering a soul. Then these cops rolled up on him, and without a crime or complaint, they started escalating and pressing him with unlawful demands. But the guy stood his ground like a pro, and when the supervisor showed...
Okay. Yeah. How do I... Come on. Stop sharing that screen. Carissa Stevens. Never, I don't think I've ever heard of her. Karissa. Carissa Stevens. There we go. Oh, her. Yeah. Oh, man, I used to follow her a long time ago, but man, somehow I got unsubbed and never resubbed back to her. So that hair of hers has always amazed me, how she can keep it out of her food. Now, I know these are skits. They're set up. I know they are set up, but this would get me in so much trouble if I did this more than once.
Hey, hon.
Hi.
Do we have stuff on hand to make some sandwiches?
When do we not have stuff on hand to make sandwiches? I go grocery shopping 3 times a week. Do I not always get stuff for sandwiches?
Maybe.
You want me to make the sandwich, don't you?
I mean, if you're insisting.
I wouldn't say insisting, but okay.
I know these are skits. I know these are set up. But if my wife was ever sitting on the couch and I come walking in out of the kitchen and asking her if we had anything to make sandwiches with, and stand there expecting her to get up to make me a sandwich, I would not be able to stream for several days. Because she would absolutely hurt me in my sleep. She wouldn't do it when I was awake. She would do it when I was asleep. But I know these are all skits. You know, I like, you know, he'll sit there and say, "Did you know that Olive Garden's got a new pasta thing they're putting out, and it's really creamy?" And you know, she get, we're not going to Olive Garden. She gets up and goes in to make whatever it is. Like I said, I know these are all skits, but if I ever tried to do any of that for real, my wife would hurt me. Now they deserve each other. Why would anybody want to have hair like that? It seems like it do nothing but get in your way. We'll close that tab, close that tab. We're done talking about hurricanes and tropical waves. Oh, that's what I was going to look up to see if I could find see if I could find a video on it. Let me see, come over here at YouTube and see if I can find a YouTube. I need to sub to her again real quick while I'm on this Carissa Stevens. And let me okay, there, I'm subbed to her. Okay. Let's see, Texas, Walmart, $1.06. Have you heard about this at Walmart in Texas? The $1.06 slushy. Well, I guess the only thing I can find here are news reports. So we will have to use the news report. Get past the commercial. Okay, and get right there. Close the audio so we don't have to see it. And now share it. Okay. This woman goes into a Walmart to buy a slushie. Now, the Walmarts I go to don't have slushie machines. So, but anyway, that woman in the blue vest is a clerk for Walmart. Evidently, the customer, when she went to pay for her $1.06 slushie, she just put the money down on the counter. And the female clerk said, "No, you need to hand me that money and put it in my hand." Well, the young lady just left it on the counter and started to walk away. The clerk comes from behind the counter and starts beating the tar out of her for it. This is the woman that got the tar beat out of her. Just unbelievable. Evidently, the woman has suffered injuries to her back, possibly permanent injuries. And she is suing Walmart for $11 million. Unbelievable. And the sad thing about, well, it's not sad, but, well, the woman, female cashier, has got an arrest record a half a mile long. So she won't be getting out of jail anytime soon. And Walmart should have known better. Somebody with a violent history. They must not have done their due diligence background check. So if they did, somebody decided this woman deserved a fifth or sixth chance. But you don't put someone like that out dealing with customers. But anybody that's worked retail at any time in their life knows how stupid customers can be. I mean, there's been times, in particular, I've worked retail. And I try to be very nice to people to make up for the idiot that I know they've had or are going to have. And even I, on occasion, have gotten to be a jerk. So you don't put somebody short-tempered in there. All right, guys, I've got to go. Something's coming on here. I will talk to y'all on Monday. Y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be with the ones you love and love the ones that you're with.